Okay, today we're going to install one of the new Entegrity Deadbolts that we have. So first thing that you'll need to do is we'll have to adjust this bolt depending on the size of your door, depending on the backside of your door. So this will work with either 2 3/8 or 2 3/4. In order to adjust it with that bolt in, you should be able to rotate it and move it to the new position. So in my case, I need the 2 3/8, so I'm going to, with that bolt in, gonna twist, shorten everything up there. So the first thing we'll do is we will install this. Okay, the next step is we'll take the front half of our lock. This is the one that has the 2 battery terminals on the front. So we will take these cables, we'll route them through the door, and then this paddle that you'll see here, if it's a right-handed door, this should be in the horizontal position. If it's a left-handed door, it should be in the vertical position. So in my case, it's going to be horizontal. So we'll want to go through. You should be hopefully see here. We have an area where we can slip this paddle through so that it goes through the bolt. And then as a quick test, you can just make sure that you can turn that paddle to move the deadbolt in and out. So if you're not able to move that at all from the inside, then you just have your orientation backwards. So next we're going to grab the gasket and we're going to route these 2 cables through the slit in the gasket here, like that. Okay, so now you can see these are coming out through the very top of that hole through our back plate. Now we'll take our long screws. This should hold the front half of that lock together with the back half here. We always suggest using just a regular screwdriver. What you don't want to do is use an electric screwdriver that cranks all of these things way too tight, because that can bind and cause some issues with the installation. So you might need to back this off a little bit to adjust make sure everything's good and straight. I'm just going to make that snug, so that's good. So now we can grab the inside part of our deadbolt. When we're installing this, we should make sure that the bolt is fully in. And now when we're installing the inside portion here, we want to make sure that this inside thumb turn is vertical, it's straight up and down. So before we can do that, we need to connect our wires quick. There's 2 to connect. Okay, so they're connected. So now when we put this on, like I said, we want that knob to be vertical. We want to make sure that we're not pinching these wires anywhere. So you can just try to fit that in there. Make sure that it's not pinching those wires. And then before you put any screws in, I'd make sure that that thumb turn can actually move that deadbolt like we want it to. So we look good here. So now we'll take these 2 smaller screws here, tighten them. Okay, now we can put our battery cover tray on. Okay, so now our installation is complete. You'll see the inside of the lock. That thumb turn should always move that bolt in and out. The outside of the lock, straighten that a little bit. The outside of the lock, it does not, right now, does not do anything. So what we'll do in the way that this deadbolt works, when we trigger and unlock, you'll hear a little click and buzz, and you'll have a couple seconds where you'll be able to interact with the outside thumb turn that will actually turn that deadbolt. So there, if I'm going to leave, I'm able to lock the door. And then when I come back, I'll trigger it to be able to interact with the outside latch again. And I'll be able to retract that.